Now, as promised guys, let's continue with the video series on more advanced positions, meaning maybe senior level, mid-senior level, or not so entry level, maybe 1 to 3 years experience jobs, and let's see how it goes. Hey, what is up guys? Welcome once again to the channel. It's always great to have you back, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Remember that in this channel we talk about chemical and process engineering for both students and professionals. So do not hesitate and click in the notification bell so you get all my latest videos. And guys, remember that if you don't know how to search for chemical engineering jobs, you can simply click here, search in the bar chemical engineering or chemical engineer, process engineer, actually whatever type of job you're looking for. Click in this tab and you will get the search for jobs in chemical engineering. Right now I have it in the USA. Of course, if you want to check another country, let's do it. Remember that in this video series we are going to be checking out other countries later on. For now, I just want to focus in the USA. Important to select experience level. We already checked out some entry-level jobs, which were overall okay. What I want to do is something more advanced. This will be, typically you will go for an entry-level job. Not likely that you get this type of jobs in the first job you get. Actually, let's check out the numbers. You will see that entry-level jobs, you got 17K. You got 6Ks for associate and 4K. So it's mostly 3 to 1. And I'm pretty sure that the director and executive must be less than 1K, yes. So definitely you can see the pyramid of hierarchy or structure. But right now we're going to be focusing on associate and mid-senior level. Okay, so we got Nestle, we got General Electric, we got Intel, Honeywell, we get, what else? Santec, GE, Tesla, okay. Of these guys, remember that the more you advance, the different profile of jobs you're going to encounter. So typically when you go entry level, you're going to be most likely an engineer working either in the field or in office or in consulting. But essentially you're going to be helping in a team to a leader or so. But now that you advance more, you could be a senior engineer, you could be a project engineer, you could be into a much more defined or let's say niche application field. So in this specific case, I'm going to select 5 jobs, try to make them different or varied, so it's not the same as before. Before we just search for process engineer or project engineer or chemical engineer. Right now, I want to be more diverse. So the very first one will be project engineer. I think that's one of the typical goals of most engineers that are looking for a job. They want to start and learn more about process engineering, chemical engineering overall, learn how actually chemical plants run or projects or so, and eventually they want to become leaders. So for me, this is a great job position. So this was posted 45 minutes ago, which is great. This is in Illinois, Anderson, on-site. Okay, well, this is the blah blah blah. Hopefully you already know about Nestle. What we're going to be focusing is position summary. Project engineering role is responsible for handling the introduction of new fixed assets into the company. This could involve the relocation and optimization of the existing fixed asset base. Okay, so they are talking very broad with respect to a project engineer. They're not focusing into the actual project engineering field or position that you're going to be taking. So this could be great in the sense that there are many positions open and they want to allocate you depending on your best fit, or it may be that this is a very generic position, and eventually what's going to happen is that you are going to learn most of the job right there. So primary responsibilities: support and encourage clear communication between the team members and stakeholders. So this is great because it sounds that you are going to have exposure. Remember that the more exposure you have in any position is better, and especially because they let you shine, let's say. So if you're a great engineer, a great presenter, you always deliver great results, you're going to have a good opportunity. On the other hand, if you have a lot of spotlight and you're always messing up, a lot of mistakes, errors, it may not be the best fit for you. Ensure that the requirements of the client are maintained at all times in accordance with the business needs. So this is great. This is following along. It's not just about making the project happen, but ensure that the project fits with the needs of your client. Ensure that all projects are designed for the long term and result in a positive impact for the company, return on investment. Ensure that the design is directed towards a low cost, high efficiency. Well, for this typical engineering, low cost, always higher efficiencies. Ensure that when working with external engineering services, contractors, suppliers, etc., scope, the availability, performances, milestones are clearly detailed and agreed upfront. So this means that you're going to take charge of the contractors or all the EPC companies that are working there, which is great. This means that you're going to have a lot of leadership and a lot of control by yourself. You're going to be working with your team and with the contractors team in order to achieve the goals of the company. I really think this is great with respect on responsibility, and this should be of course seen in the salary, which we are going to try to verify or check out. Ensure that the progress report is prepared for all projects on a monthly basis. Okay, complete the final report on all projects. Okay, qualifications, engineering field, mostly process engineering, chemical, and experience of 3 to 5 years, technical experience. So this is great. As stated before, guys, this is definitely not an entry-level position. First, because you don't know that much into the technical details of actually working as an engineer, or the ability to interact with a team, for instance, with people, contractors, with bosses, maybe with clients, maybe even with the operators. And of course, 3 to 5 years may seem a lot, but believe me, guys, that goes very quickly. Once you get your entry-level position, maybe 2-3 years, you can change to these great positions. Maybe sometimes you can apply having 2.5 years of experience. That will be also feasible depending on how you perform on your interview. Strong technical, managerial, leadership skills. So as stated before, guys, this is very typical of a project engineer. The project engineer must be coordinating a team. They must be great leaders. They must be moving people. They must be able to communicate, to persuade, to motivate. So definitely this is something that is not found in all type of engineering, especially in entry-level engineering. Hence, a mid-senior level position is seen here. Knowledge of plant design and construction, knowledge of food safety. So this gives you a hint. Maybe you're going to be working, of course, in a food plant, and definitely because Nestle is mostly towards food, maybe even beverage. I'm not quite sure, maybe wastewater treatment or so, but this gives you a hint that you're going to be working with food. Understanding financial analysis. So once again, this is great for those that have a minor on finances or economics. You can always upsell that, say, hey, I'm a chemical engineer, I have experience in process engineering, and I have a minor in finances. And yeah, well, overall, this is the job. Let's try to verify if we can see how much do they offer. I really think that for a project engineer offering something below 80K, look, when I check out 80K, you cannot see the position because it's lower amount. So maybe they are offering 75, 70, 60 or so. I'm not quite sure I will go for that type of position. If you got a entry-level position between 50 to 60, maybe even 70K per year, this will be a shift of maybe role changing. It can give you spotlight. But if you're doing it for the money, definitely not the best case for this specific job. What I want to do now is to do something on chemical or process engineering. So this sounds very engineeringly. Okay, so this is the estimate for the job position 60 to 86. So at least we have a salary expectation. As stated before, for a mid-level entry position, this is normal, especially for process engineering. If you want to keep your career on process engineering, let's give it a try. Dying solid. So position overview. Coordinate efforts to increase production and reduce quality and claims. Well, quality claims, I'm assuming sounds kind of funny. Reduce quality, no, reduce actually quality claims. Essential duties. So already, guys, you know that as a process engineer, you're going to be working a lot in the actual chemical plant. So responsible for reliability, efficiency, production lane. So you're going to be working a lot in production. So a lot of high quality, high amount production, high efficiencies. Weekly downtime meetings. Okay, so typically this is also very classic in process engineering. You need to have a weekly or maybe bi-weekly Reunions, I did have daily reunions, so that's up to the team. Facilitate R&D requirements through dying as needed. Perform daily line audits. Daily audits, I'm pretty sure that they have some type of engineers maybe doing that, more like entry level. This seems like a very between entry level and maybe 1 to 2 year experience job. File in as line supervisor when needed. Okay, so that sounds very, very bad. So we're talking about a position which is not entry level. I shouldn't expect this in entry level unless in a mid-senior position or not a junior position at all. So this is strange to fill up as a line supervisor. For me, it doesn't sound that great, but clearly depends on persons. If you like the job, if you like being there, that's up to you. Fill in as department manager when needed. Okay, that is more doable. Still, it sounds like you're going to be covering other type of jobs, especially maybe nighttime shift or so, which is definitely not something that you may be looking forward to. So actually I'm not going to continue because as you can see, guys, this is a position that may not be the one that you're looking forward to. So yeah, requirements 4-year degree, preferably in engineering. So they are not even asking you to be an engineer. But this is very strange. Position may be filled as a grade 5 or 6 dependent on skill experience. 8-hour non-rotating shift at least. Punch day, calendar shift starts at AM. Definitely not the one that you may be looking for, especially you have already a process engineering position. This looks like another process engineering position in the entry level. Okay, so let's go for research for a bigger company, General Electric. So let's see what's a research engineer, especially not in the entry level, because you can find, of course, once again, entry level positions for research, for production, for quality, for process engineering overall. So let's do it. Research engineer, chemical engineering. Okay. Research is looking for a research engineer with the capabilities in chemical engineering, so essentially someone that already has been working in chemical engineering. The research engineer will conduct research on advanced engineering material systems, sounds cool, as applied to industrial challenges across aviation, additive manufacturing, renewable energies, healthcare, and power generation. So this sounds great, but it also sounds kind of like dispersed. They're not telling you in what specific field you're going to be working on. And this could be the case that they actually have this R&D huge place and they're actually working in different projects, and depending on the goals or projects managers that are going to be assigning the team, I don't know. Typically you will be assigned to a single niche. So for instance, you will be working with energy generation, or you will be working with renewables, or you will be working in aviation materials. So nonetheless, it seems that this could be good enough. I think chemical engineers love all these type of fields. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this aviation, manufacturing, renewables, healthcare, power generation are things that are very hot in chemical engineering, I would say. Maybe not the most modern ones, but overall they're great. Computation modeling, that sounds great. Also experimental techniques, develop innovative material systems, extraction, decarbonization, carbon capture. Once again, this sounds great. This sounds very chemical engineering applications, high value extractions, decarbonization, carbon captures. This is all great. So the essential responsibilities, let's see if we can have a better understanding here. Conduct basic and applied research in sorption and separation technologies. So if you love mass transfer, as I did back in my days, you will enjoy working with this. Sorbent fabrication, scale-up, process engineering, system designation, system design, fabrication, testing. Okay. Second point. Determine system level performance requirements. Okay. Transfer. Once again, mass transfer experimentation, system engineering, cost analysis. Okay, this sounds very round up. You're not just going to be working on R&D, but you're going to be also working with operation and with the finances behind the project. Always good to add some money there. Apply chemical engineering principles, computational model tools, and experimental skills to develop material and energy balances, kinetic and thermal models to provide. Okay, so hopefully the very first thing I will ask whenever going there is what type of software are you going to be using? So if you're using a software that you are experienced on, this will be great for you. You will be boosting your knowledge. If this is a in-house software or more like a raw, that you need to build your own material from zero, your equations, your Fortran programming and all that, maybe using Python, I don't know. It would be great to learn, yes, but maybe for a position which is not entry level, I may be inclined to avoid this type of jobs. Identify novel material, system structures, configurations, greater reliability, lower energy requirements, and so on. Well, this sounds like average process engineering job or chemical engineering stuff. So optimizing and decreasing energy expenditure and so on. Design and execute experiments. Well, that's the most obvious thing you will expect to do as a research and development. You will be member of a multidisciplinary team. This I love, always working with other people from other niche or other fields. It's always great. So you have chemists, material scientists, chemical engineers, thermal engineers, mechanical engineers, and so on. Building relationships with your colleagues at GE Research. Support technology, collaborate, work with academia. Identify and pursue external and commercial opportunities using your research, which sounds great. So yeah, overall, I would say if you're into R&D, this looks just great. So what do you require? And the very first thing you need is doctorate in chemical engineering, materials engineering, or related discipline. So before I even continue, I want to see if we can identify how much do they offer right here. Okay, let's get started with 80. Okay, at least they are within range of paying someone that has studied a doctor degree. Let's see if they have no, they don't have the 100 mark, but 80 plus, and you can negotiate this could be from 80, 85, 90, all the way to 95, maybe even a lot of bonus, not only the salary. This is very important, not only focus on the salary, also you can get a lot of extras, maybe some stocks, maybe some signing bonus or so. Let's continue with the qualifications. You must be skilled in multiphysics modeling, so COMSOL, ANSYS, Aspen, MATLAB. So for all the guys asking me if Aspen Plus or MATLAB or COMSOL or ANSYS are actually used in the industry, you have an example here. Proficiency in Office, well, definitely if you are working with Aspen and COMSOL and ANSYS, MATLAB, pretty sure that you already know how to use Microsoft Excel. Teamwork, communication skills, interpersonal interactions, that's people skills. Safety practices, okay, you can learn that very quick. Leadership experience, well, I don't know why they're asking leadership experience, especially if you're going to be working as a R&D leader, I can get that. But if you're going to be working as a simple R&D assistant or R&D engineer, I don't know why leadership is required. Of course, leadership is always great to have. And a lot of times you will see just that they add communication and leadership just for the sake of having like normal people working in the company. Must be willing to relocate to Niskayuna, New York. Of course, we're searching for location or on-site works. Eligibility requirements, okay, not. Okay, so there you have it, a R&D job for a chemical engineer. In the senior, mid-senior level, I think the salary is great, so go for it. Okay, lead chemical engineer, at least some job that you know it's not so entry level. By definition, lead chemical engineer should be paying a great amount of money. Let's do that first. Let's apply the filter. Hopefully it won't disappear. Okay, yeah, they pay more than 80K. They pay less than 100K, but yeah, more than 80K will be good enough. Okay, of course you should know by now what Honeywell does. It's a very important company, especially in the chemical engineering world, process engineering, oil and gas, and so. But what we want to do, an excellent career opportunity is for a lead chemical engineer within Honeywell Connected Industrial Organization in Atlanta. This position affords a unique opportunity to lead the development and commercialization of new digital twin service offerings. Okay, sounds very interesting. Digital twin service offerings sounds very non-typical chemical jobs. Let's see if this is technical sales or so. Okay, so let's read the responsibilities. Drive customer VOC with marketing to define solutions and during pilot implementation. Facilitate solution workshops with key technology community. Okay, so you're going to be training, making technical sales, making webinars maybe. Lead Unisim digital twin solution. Okay, this sounds very towards the technical sales part, not actual like chemical engineering per se. You're not going to be working with chemical processes, so apparently you're going to be working more towards the product or the digital product. Led the digital twin capability projects that will enable the connected industrial solution. Innovative thinking to incorporate AI, ML, which is embrace machine learning and artificial intelligence techniques in process engineering. So this is great if you're into the future or you're looking forward to do something more innovative. This may be a good position to do so. Understand how AI and ML can be implemented to enhance predictability, capability of first principle models, work with a team, create technology. So this sounds great, create technology. And this is not only great, this is awesome because you are creating technology for chemical engineers. So this is definitely great if you're into that. Manage the development of new solutions, concepts, evaluation and project execution, intellectual property, and work with data scientists. Okay, all this sounds great, but let's see what are the requirements. So first thing first, you require a bachelor in science, in chemical engineering. So okay, 6-year experience in technical service. Oh, I stated, guys, I told you this is more into technical sales, support or service, engineering, process operations, or designing engineering roles for refining, petrochemical or gas process industry. So this is very important, so they don't tell you that you're going to be working with oil and gas mostly, and then when you see the requirements you can imagine, or these are hints that you're going to be working with this type of industries. So if you are not into oil and gas, you hate all the fossil fuel industry or so, definitely do not apply to this position. 2 years of direct and relevant experience with online model-based applications, AI, ML. So definitely they are asking too much. They want you 6 years of experience plus 2 years of direct experience with AI, ML. So before I told you if you want to learn, but actually apparently you already need to know about AI and ML. So this revolution 4.0 trends, that's something to consider. They value graduates from chemical engineering, emphasis on optimization, that they know about AI, ML fundamentals, direct experience with online process digital twins, a lot of fluid flow, mass transfer, reaction engineering. This is mostly for the implementation of their software and solving problems to the client. So yeah, definitely you gotta have your process engineering on hand. Leading projects, planning, organizing, monitoring. So essentially they want the ultimate chemical engineer that has been focusing on the oil and gas industry, working in technical sales, in process operation, and they have excellent communication skills. They're leaders. They are also into the new trends. So, well, I will say this is a lot to expect from a chemical engineer. And of course, you can see that on the payment. It's 80K plus. So definitely, if I had been 6 to 8 years in the industry, I will expect maybe go to the 90, 100-ish barrier range. But that's up to you guys. So this is great, so you have a better understanding on what the industry is asking. So definitely if you like AI or machine learning, start reading, start learning, go to webinars, get courses on that, and eventually you will see that at least in the interviews you will be able to defend yourself or to talk about the topic. And of course, guys, I couldn't left behind the so beloved and almighty Tesla company. I know that a lot of you guys are into these type of companies. The future is here, bro. So let's check it out. Staff chemical engineer, gigafactory in Texas. So first thing first, Austin. I really think this is a great way to sell a position, to have industries near actual big cities. So kudos on that. So what to expect, what are they looking for? Tesla Factory Engineering is looking for a hazardous chemical system design engineer. So let us split that apart. Hazardous chemicals, you're going to be working with a lot of materials, most likely with a lot of batteries, lithium ion at least, and all the new batteries or new trends. And you're going to be working with a system design. So you're going to be designing a system on how you get the material, how you treat it, how you work with it, how you assign it within the plant, and how you dispose of it, and so on. So they require an engineer to do that. To join our process design team in Austin. The process design team strives to create the factory of the future by bringing conceptual designs to life. Sounds great. Producing cutting-edge, detailed designs of chemical and utility systems that are fully integrated with manufacturing processes. So what you will be doing, apply engineering fundamentals and a broad set of process engineering tools to solve technical problems and create novel detailed designs. Okay, gas and chemical systems such as electrolyte, high pressure CO2 and flammable fluids. So stated before, the electrolytes are going to be like the ones on the batteries, high pressure CO2 and flammable fluids. Provide process engineering support to operations to help resolve process bottlenecks and other long-standing issues. So this looks very like actual process engineering work or industrial engineering maybe. Provide technical expertise to the engineering design team and other groups within Tesla as a subject matter expert. So I love this idea of subject matter expert. You're going to be the guy that needs to get informed, and of course not only informed, but you need to inform other people as well. Lead front end and detailed process design, scope development, plug flow diagrams, PID, 3D pipe design. Okay, this is the important part. Pressure drop analysis, suspension simulations were required. So once again, guys, to all my friends that think that Aspen simulation is not used in the industry, here's another example. Pressure relief valve calculations and pipe flow modeling. Sequence of operations, controls, narrative documentation. Okay, that's the documentation part, the boring part. Participate in the field construction, commissioning of activities. So this is not only just writing and sending emails, but being able as an engineer to go to the area, to the field, and ensure that they are actually working and implementing. Review process design work performers by others on the process team to ensure master piping and equipment specifications. Mentor less experienced engineer on the team. So finally, I see something that for me is one of the most important parts on the engineering culture is not only being like the chief boss or the leader engineer or some, but also helping other fellow chemical engineers, not only chemical engineers, but overall engineers to learn. So you need to mentor them. They are there to learn. They want to do their best and you're there to help. So great on this company. Okay, so the requirements. What are the requirements? For instance, at least a degree on chemical engineering that was expected, 7 years of experience, which definitely shows in the salary. I think this was a 100K salary. Let's verify that. Sorry guys, I just verified and this is a 80K plus salary. So for a 7-year experience on the chemical process design, process improvement operations, working with process simulation, hazardous chemicals, 7 years seems a lot. So if you started working maybe at 25 in certain industry, maybe you're already 32, 33, looking to change for a job. If this is your very first option, I will still be looking for. If you love electrical vehicles, Tesla culture, or maybe Austin, this could be a great option, but 7 years for me looks to be not quite so a mid-senior position. This for me is already a very senior position, but anyways, that's up to you guys. You gotta be a PE, okay, you gotta have your professional engineering certification in Texas, or okay, at least within the 6 months. You gotta be an expert on OSHA, which is essentially the Occupational Safety and Health Association for the US. Haze sub-analysis, AutoCAD, ability to adapt, multitask, do the impossible. Okay, so definitely a great position if you're into the industry or if you're into the city, Austin. There's not many options of great, or let's say not small towns. Austin is a big city. I will definitely consider as a personal option. But at least you know, guys, that process simulation software is actually used and respected in several types of industries. Okay guys, so there you have it. We saw 5 positions in different companies, small companies, big companies, global companies. We analyze process engineering, chemical engineering. We also analyze R&D. We analyze other type of positions. So I tried to make it very diverse. The salary is between 60, mostly in average 80 plus, and I think we saw one above the 100K mark. So at least you have an idea, between 3 to 5 to 7 years of experience, you should be expecting that. That's what I want you to get from this video, guys, is the type of roles that you may be encountering later on in your life. Maybe the type of things that you should be aiming for. Maybe if you're into machine learning, or maybe you are into occupational safety, hazard materials or chemicals, environment, you can have that as well. Maybe if you're into process modeling, computer-aided stuff, and all that, such as ANSYS, maybe working with MATLAB or so, there's opportunity there as well. And more importantly, guys, if you're into actual engineering, as you can see from those positions, if you're looking at that type of positions, of course, it's that they really appreciate that you know about process engineering overall. So that you have been working in design maybe, or working in operations, working in the industry, or working in production, maybe working in quality, and also a little bit on finances, economics, being able to be a project manager, having good communication skills, being able to persuade, motivate, innovate maybe with the team or so. And of course, most of them look a leader profile or leadership profile. So yeah, there you have it, guys. More or less you have a better understanding of those positions. Please do let me know, what do you think about this type of mid-level positions, which are of course not entry level, but are not of course the highest positions, managerial or maybe C-level positions, which we are going to be checking in the next video. But do let us know in the comment section, guys, and especially if you are already in those type of positions, how did you got there? Was it because you were working towards that, or maybe just because someone asked you, or you got an invitation in LinkedIn for an interview where you are actually actively looking for that? Or was it more like a passive on time, you were doing your job and eventually you got the offer and then you got the next offer? Let us know in the comment section, guys. We are for sure going to appreciate your comment. So guys, that's it for this video, but remember to subscribe so you get all the next videos on the video series on LinkedIn job searches. On my behalf, that will be it, guys. I'll see you in the next video.